Hello there, I'm Jessie Chahal. You're watching the Midday Update coming to you live at 12 p.m. It is the 1st of September, but we are still celebrating our nation post Merdeka Day. At this point, as we talk about recovery, resilience, people coming together and reaching out to help one another, I'd like to bring in the founder of Primed for Success, Koh Mui Han, to talk a little bit about what him and some of his friends and colleagues are doing to help lift and empower youth in the country as well. Hi, Mohan. It's good to speak to you. We did have some time off air as well,
Hi,
and we talked
Jesse.
at length about what the many of the unsung heroes behind the scenes that really try to help one another and try to uplift. And this time, of course, we're talking about youth as well. So tell us, as we begin, what is primed for success, Mohan?
Okay, thanks. So, Plan for Success is a weekly Pay It Forward initiative started to actually gather the experienced Malaysian professionals to come together to help our younger Malaysian friends, especially the graduates, those who are still in university, the undergraduates, as well as the fresh graduate who's just graduated, and also those who are starting out in their careers, between 1 to 3 years of working experience. So every week we gather small group discussions to actually allow these experienced ones to mentor the younger ones. Yeah. So basically, in a nutshell, that is Prime for Success. Yeah.
That's right. Of course, when the going got tough, that was, at the beginning of last year, a bunch of people came together to do their bit for the country. And as you and those involved as well found a gap with fresh graduates not being able to acquire required skill sets to be prime and ready for what we now know is the next normal, the new normal. Okay, as Malaysian youth unemployment, we're seeing this right now at an all-time high. You say that our young graduates, especially those fresh graduates, need a lot more contact time with business professionals. This is to align their thinking, their mannerism, their work ethic, perhaps also their worldview. How do you manage to establish that these were the gaps in the first place, Mohan?
Yeah. So by profession, actually, I'm a management consultant, and most of my clients and business associates are either the HR professionals as well as owners of companies. So for the longest time ever, we've been getting feedback from them about how unprepared the fresh graduates are. So year in, year out, we hear this feedback, and then 4 years ago, I decided to do something about it, which we actually myself actively went into university as part of our CSR to help to bridge that gap. But talking to them on a seminar basis, we realized that 1 2 hour seminar for the students may not be sufficient to actually close this gap. Because generally, any undergraduates, even when I was undergraduate 20 odd years ago, our view are very myopic. We only see 3 to 6 months ahead. We don't see anything beyond that because it is not really real for us. So that's where we gather to understand that if every week they are able to speak with business professionals or corporate managers, that will help to change their mindset a bit. Also encourage that kind of maturity conversations to take place. So when they do go for the interview or you start the work, they are able to have a much more ready sense because rather than hard transition from university to workplace.
That's right. It is a big change as well, and it's can be quite intimidating, especially when you come from a very perhaps a more secured environment into a brand new, a fresh environment. So based on that, you also said that virtually that reach to Malaysians who are perhaps not even here in the country, having access to this sort of training and exposure. You say that they value that. Is there a particular template you use in getting young people prepped and prepared for the next big step in their lives?
Yeah. So our platform on a Friday, every Friday evening is quite unique in the sense that number one, we are different professionals to come in as mentors. And it is just by word of mouth on LinkedIn. Many have decided to join us because they see this good need. And all of them are looking at the areas. And with that itself, we run what we call a free flow mentoring session, a 45-minute 1 to 3 or 1 to 4 kind of small group session in the breakout rooms. We are using Zoom to actually help that to come along. But arising from that, moving forward, in fact, starting from this Friday itself, we're going to go into specific tracks for mentoring. Things looking at career pathing, looking at CV matters, as well as how to manage relationship in the workplace.
How do you get the buy-in of those assisting with this program, and what has been some of the feedback that you're hearing, versus what are some of the plans that, or how do you see this program growing and reaching more youth across the country?
Right. So we did a tabulation last week in that sense. Over the period from April until now, the 4 months, we have about 350 undergraduates or fresh graduates that log in consistently with us over a period of 6 to 7 sessions. And accumulatively, they have actually clocked in 100,000 minutes of mentoring sessions. So one way is that we actually see a great impact for the mentors. And the mentors are actually very, very inspired on a Friday evening because they see the impact towards the students or the younger ones. And they also realize that interacting with the young ones also help to shape some of their worldviews with the younger generation, whether it's the millennials or the Gen Zs. So this itself, to be honest, we actually have too many mentors that want to do this. And we are trying to expand it further so that we can get more mentees in to
Well,
allow
that's a
this.
good problem to have, where you have
Definitely,
people wanting to help.
definitely.
Very importantly, Moihan, before I let you go, who can join this program? Please share as much information as possible. And to viewers, this is a paid forward community project. I just wanted to reiterate and underline that. Moihan, tell us how and who can be part of this program.
Yeah, so we have a LinkedIn page, Prime for Success, which we will put in the weekly registration link for all the mentees, which they can sign up. Basically, every Friday night from 8:30 to 10 o'clock, we run this session on Zoom. There will be some quick introduction in the session before we go into the individual breakout rooms. Each breakout room will have one experienced professional, business manager as the mentor, where there'll be 3 or 4 other mentees in the room, where they spend 45 minutes of free-flowing mentoring session, and then we come out to process a bit of what they are learning and also some announcements. So basically, that is as simple as it. So if you want to get out to know more, do visit our LinkedIn page, Prime for Success. I reiterate that again. And then, we can take the conversation from there.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Ko Mui Han, founder of Primed for Success. You can find the page on LinkedIn to follow the developments of the program. And if you're youth watching and would like to gain more information, gain more knowledge, and have access to these mentors, you can also log on to that page.